Imagine a life where stress doesn't stick and worry rarely takes hold. Sounds impossible? For centuries, a forgotten wisdom has held the key to profound tranquility. Discover the ancient principles that can unlock an enduring sense of calm within you, even in our modern turbulent world. I used to let every little thing completely ruin my day. A surprise bill could send my stomach into knots. One frustrating meeting at work would replay in my head for hours, absolutely stealing my peace. I felt like I was constantly at the mercy of my emotions, just tossed around by the daily storms of life. Then I stumbled on a set of ancient rules, an operating system for the human mind that's been tested for over 2,000 years. And these weren't just abstract ideas, they were practical tools that helped me rewire my brain for a sense of unshakable peace. In this video, I'm going to share those 10 lessons from Stoicism that can help you stay calm no matter what life throws at you. This isn't about suppressing your emotions or becoming a robot. It's about building an internal fortress of tranquility that no external event can breach. Lesson 1. Distinguish what you can and cannot control. The first and most fundamental lesson of Stoicism is knowing the difference between what you can control and what you can't. The philosopher Epictetus said our main job in life is to separate things into two piles, stuff we can influence and stuff that's completely out of our hands. So much of our anxiety comes from trying to command things we have no power over. Think about it. You can't control the traffic, the weather, or what other people think of you. Wasting energy there is like trying to tell the wind where to blow. It's pointless and exhausting. So, what can you control? Your thoughts, your judgments, your actions, and your responses. That's it. That's your kingdom. The Stoic approach is to pour all of your energy into managing that kingdom with wisdom. When you get a surprise bill, you can't control the bill itself, but you can control your response, making a plan to pay it, adjusting your budget, and choosing not to let it hijack your inner peace. This one shift in focus from external to internal is the foundation of lasting calm. Lesson 2. Your perception is your reality. A cornerstone of Stoic thought, something Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote about often, is that we aren't disturbed by events, but by our judgment about those events. An event itself is neutral. It's the storying we tell ourselves about it that makes us feel stressed, angry, or afraid. As Aurelius wrote, "Today I escaped anxiety," or no, I discarded it, because it was within me, in my own perceptions, not outside. Imagine you get passed over for a promotion. The event is just an event. You can frame this as a devastating failure, proof that you're not good enough. Or you can see it as an opportunity, a chance to get feedback, develop new skills, or even ask if this is the right path for you. The event didn't change, but your experience of it did. Stoicism teaches us to become the architects of our perceptions, to see obstacles not as dead ends, but as chances to practice resilience. Lesson 3. Practice negative visualization. This might sound a little weird. Why would you want to think about things going wrong? Well, the Stoics called this premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. It's about calmly imagining worst-case scenarios, not to live in fear, but to strip fear of its power. By thinking about the loss of things you value, your job, your health, even your relationships, you do two things. First, you soften the blow if something difficult does happen. You've already considered it, so you can respond with composure instead of panic. Second, it makes you incredibly grateful for what you have right now. Thinking about life without your loved ones makes you appreciate them more today. Imagining a day without a home makes you thankful for the roof over your head tonight. This practice chips away at the fear of the unknown and replaces it with a deep appreciation for the present. Lesson 4. Embrace radical acceptance, amor fati. There's a powerful Stoic concept called amor fati, which means a love of fate. This isn't about being a passive doormat. It means actively embracing everything that happens, good and bad, as a necessary part of life. It's the practice of radical acceptance. Life is going to throw challenges, setbacks, and pain your way. You can spend your life fighting that reality, wishing things were different and drowning in frustration. Or you can accept reality exactly as it is. When a project fails, you accept it. When you face an illness, you accept it. This acceptance doesn't mean you give up, just the opposite. It frees up all the energy you were wasting on fighting and lets you focus on what to do next. You accept the situation, and then you ask, okay, what's the most effective way to move forward from here? Lesson 5. Live in the present moment. The philosopher Seneca wisely pointed out that we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Think about how much of our anxiety comes from reliving past mistakes or worrying about future disasters. The Stoics understood that the only time we truly have is right now. The past is gone and the future is uncertain. To find calm, you have to anchor yourself in the present. It's really a practice of mindfulness. When you feel your mind spiraling, bring your focus back to the here and now. What do you feel? What do you hear? Pay attention to your breath. Feel the ground under your feet. Engage completely in the task at hand, whether it's writing an email or just washing the dishes. By focusing your attention on what's in front of you, you starve your anxieties of the fuel they need to burn. Lesson 6. Use a journal to gain perspective. Journaling was a huge deal for famous Stoics like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, whose book, Meditations, was really just his own private journal. They knew that getting your thoughts out of your head and onto paper is a powerful way to find clarity. When you're overwhelmed, your thoughts can feel like a chaotic storm. Writing them down forces you to make sense of them. This simple act helps you separate the objective facts from your emotional reactions. You can look at your worries on the page and ask, is this really true? You can reflect on your day, noting where you acted with character and where you fell short without beating yourself up. This daily habit builds self-awareness and helps you see real progress. Lesson 7. Pause and control your reactions. Seneca taught that the greatest remedy for anger is delay. He called anger a brief madness that hijacks our ability to think clearly. The same is true for any strong, impulsive emotion. The Stoic solution is simple but life-changing. Create a little space between what happens and how you respond. When someone insults you or a driver cuts you off, the gut reaction is to lash out. The Stoic practice is to just pause. Take a breath. Remind yourself that your initial impulse is just that, an impulse. It's not a command. This pause gives your rational mind a chance to catch up and ask, is getting angry the best way to handle this? Almost always, the answer is no. This tiny habit of pausing can save you from countless hours of regret and protect your inner peace. Lesson 8. Cultivate genuine gratitude. In a world that's always telling us we need more to be happy, Stoicism offers a radical alternative. Find happiness in what you already have. Practicing gratitude is a core Stoic discipline for rewiring your brain for peace. It's about shifting your focus from what you lack to what you possess. And it's not just about being thankful for the big things. It's about recognizing the small stuff you might otherwise take for granted. Your health, a good conversation, a warm cup of coffee, the simple fact that you're alive. Seneca said that true wealth isn't about having a lot but wanting little. By regularly counting your blessings, you train your mind to see abundance instead of scarcity, fostering a deep contentment that doesn't depend on what happens next. Lesson 9. Remember your connection to community. Stoicism is often mistaken for a philosophy of toughing it out alone, but it actually puts a huge emphasis on community. The Stoics believed we were made for each other to work together like our two rows of teeth. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself to act with kindness and for the common good. Sometimes, the quickest way to break out of your own stress is to stop focusing on yourself and help someone else. A small act of kindness, really listening to a friend, helping a neighbor, contributing to your community, gives you a powerful sense of purpose. It reminds you that you're part of something larger than yourself. This perspective can make your own problems feel smaller and more manageable. Lesson 10. Live with virtue. Ultimately, all these practices point to one goal: living a life of virtue. The Stoics identified 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. They believed that true happiness and tranquility, what they called eudaimonia, comes from living a virtuous life. This just means basing your decisions on what is right, not on what feels good in the moment or what will get you applause. Wisdom is seeing the world clearly. Courage is facing difficulty with integrity. Justice is treating others fairly. Temperance is mastering your own desires. When you make virtue your internal compass, your self-worth is no longer tied to external praise or results. You find peace not in achieving a specific goal, but in knowing you did your best and acted with character. This is the ultimate source of unshakable calm. So there you have it, 10 ancient lessons that are as relevant today as they were in the Roman Empire. These aren't quick fixes, they're practices. They take daily effort and commitment. But by slowly integrating them into your life, you can go from being a passenger tossed about by your emotions to being the calm, steady captain of your own mind. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more practical philosophy for modern life. It really helps the channel reach more people who might need to hear this. Remember, calmness isn't something you find, it's something you build. Start with one of these lessons today. Practice it. Live it. The peace you're searching for isn't out there. It's waiting for you within.